Previously on DrakeParagon.
We are pushing off.
Let's do this thing.
Hello! So this is the start of our voyage.
I invented this.
Did you take the seasickness pills?
I got the jack lines on.
What's your rule about wearing harnesses?
300 miles to go.
Feels better.
Feels good.
Much easier to do before it gets too windy.
Yeah. I mean, we're doing 7 knots.
That's great. Next I'll start twirling in the jib a bit.
Your hand?
It's much easier to furl the jib. And maybe we don't need to do this yet. What?
You're just like, oh, maybe not yet. maybe in 5 minutes. It's come up to about 17 knots now.
17? Really?
Yep. It's a steady 17, kind of gusting 18 at the moment.
Wow.
There's 19.
It's just barreling through it.
Yeah. Our speed's great.
Yep.
Wow.
Still a little pumping at the mast. Like that.
We're down to just under 7 all the time, which is nice. Because it's steady 20 knots now.
Just came up?
Yeah, just came up. I'll keep barreling along some. Yeah. So right now what Drake's after doing is he's after putting in a second reef in the main. So for those who don't know what reefing is, basically it means just reducing the volume of the sail that the wind's able to blow onto. If you think of the sail as a big triangle, and say like this, okay, what he's done is he's made the bottom part of the triangle smaller, so he's pulled down the top. He's made it a little smaller. Like that type of triangle now. So if you imagine it's a little bit smaller in that way, then it's not as much sail to actually blow onto. So it slows us down. He's taken in the jib as well. So the jib is the front sail, but we also have a staysail. So he's kept the staysail out, which is slightly smaller than our jib. So that's in front of the mast as well. We've reduced the mainsail, taken a lot of the jib in, and we kept the staysail. So the staysail is keeping us nice and steady. And the reason is that the wind has picked up. It's kind of hard to see, but we have just over 20 knots of wind in at the moment. So you can see the flag, this guy flapping behind me. That's pretty windy. So it's steady. I mean, we're getting to Nova Scotia slightly quicker than if it was 10 knots. But we just have to keep an eye on the wind. Because if it gets a lot windier, then we want to probably take down the jib altogether and just roll it up. So Drake's just starting to make dinner now. And I'm going to keep watch for fishing boats and for more wind, because we're getting waves now. Okay. Talk to you later.
Hey, how you doing? Feeling better? Feeling a little better? You want some help getting up? Okay, kiddo. Well, if you think you can get up, then you should try and maybe just sit up for a while. Maybe sitting in the cockpit especially.
Is it wet?
Is the cockpit wet? No, it's dry. Is it really painful?
Yes.
You think you're in like big trouble or anything?
In Little China.
Think we should like call the Coast Guard?
They're ridiculous.
Well, try to get up if you can, okay? It's my watch now. I'm on for the next 3 hours, and then Anna and I are switching every 3 hours or 2 hours at night. And if you can take one of those watches, it'd be awesome. Or even take a watch with me or him, you know, with you. It would be better for you to get up, I think. Okay, alright. Do your best.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I slept like a rock.
Yeah?
Oh my god. It was just like 2 hours in the berth, but whew, did I sleep?
Yeah. I hated having to wake you. I really did.
That's your job. Oh, beautiful. Wing and wing directly downwind.
Setting really well. I mean, like we've been doing about 5.5 knots for the last.
That's fantastic. My god, I was so worried about going slower than 5.
Yeah, no. Now and again now, it's kind of just dropping a little bit below 5, but I mean, it's still popping up to about 6, like, so.
Wow.
So you can see it's fairly steady now.
Looks like we're directly on course for the waypoint.
We should get there in about 24 hours. We continue with this speed. 24, 25 hours.
Oh my god! And then one more day after that we'll be
Exactly.
in Lunenburg.
Yeah, but looks like we're about to cross into Canada now. Across the border.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Exclusive economic zone.
Yeah. I
Holy
was just thinking it's a
moly.
nice switch over.
So right here, this is Canadian waters, huh?
We're going to Canada.
Wow.
yeah, a day away from the waymark. Maybe a bit more if we hit some of that tide. I was just thinking when we were coming this close to the border, I started freaking out a little bit because the AIS picked up a boat just off our stern, and it was about 2 miles away, but with the fog I could just about make it out. It was probably fishing, but being so close to the border, I thought it might be like customs.
Yeah.
So I was freaking out. I was like,
Come to get you!
do I have to speak French? Like, bonjour! Oh, vieni à ma bateau.
That's right, you speak French.
I just had like these dark imaginings of having to like wake you up and be like, they're coming out of the boat.
I don't know who they are.
Yeah, no, I was just like watching out for ribs and everything. I was just wondering.
Really?
Yeah, I was keeping an eye because I thought they came behind us. We could see them and they could come up in ribs. But no, they ended up just going off that way. It looked like the same shape as some of the big Coast Guard boats. It had like one big command tower, and then it had the front bow, and then like a low back as well.
Did it say on AIS what it was, or?
It was like Howard and something, like it had a name.
Yeah,
It didn't say Coast Guard. It could have been a big fishing trawler as well. I couldn't really pick out the scale of it from this, like, because I didn't really get a really good look at it.
Nope. That's so weird how that jib sort of lofts or almost looks like it's getting backwinded sometimes. Like, I don't get it.
When we do a roll, I tend to find that it kind of does a little curl, and then sometimes whatever wind is coming from behind might get behind it. It's been sitting really well for that.
I wonder if it'd do a whole lot better if we just went a few degrees to starboard.
Yeah.
Give that a try. Going to sleep?
Well, I kind of wanted to have a pee. I was doing the dishes and I came back up, and then the whole boat thing happened, and that was about 10 minutes before I woke you. And then I thought that I'd just stay up here until you were...
And now I'm going to the bathroom.
Because that's one thing that's great about sailing. It's like once you get used to kind of the boat rolling, going to the toilet, it's like a mini adventure. You're like... It's like being really drunk, but like being not drunk.
Oh my god! I never thought of it that way.
You know, when you get home from the pub or a nightclub or whatever, and the room's just like, it's really happening. So, I'm thinking of all the little tricks for me for what I start doing if I start feeling a bit seasick. And like taking like a deep breath and like blowing all the air out of my lungs, like like breathing in my nose and I go.
Yeah, that helps.
Particularly after eating. I don't know why. I don't know if the air is like. Maybe it's just the fact that I think that it works that's making it work.
Hey, whatever does work.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder for us now that Mo's like seasick and we've got to take our watches. I've been encouraging her to get up, even if she can't do a watch, just to get up. So it's now 12. So you've got until 3 to sleep.
I can make some sandwiches and stuff when I get up, if you like. I don't know if you want soup. Well, I can do some sandwiches.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about the eggy.
No.
Eggy salsa avocado breakfast this morning.
I mean, and buttery. The smell of butter is just lovely.
Yeah.
I think the avocado was kind of pushing the boat a little bit. But it was good. Like, I mean, if avocados are good, it's tasty. It's just maybe not good. Egg.
Just not egg. Do you think we should stay off the egg entirely for the voyage?
I think if you put butter in it and a bit of pepper, I mean, I like it.
Butter and pepper.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Alright. Next thing with eggs is got butter and pepper in it.
Just, I mean, like the avocado is nice, but I wouldn't put it with eggs again.
I was making it going, this looks horrible.
We need to get rid of this. Why are we eating avocados? Well, we might get rid of them before we get them.
I'll make lunch after your next off watch is over.
You okay?
You come on watch, I'll make lunch, then I'll bring it up. Thank you so much for doing the dishes.
No worries. I was gonna put the wok away, and then I was like, "There's a boat behind us. Leave the wok. If it's customs, I don't want to have to be holding a wok as well." I'm wondering what customs is going to be like going into Canada.
I have no idea.
Because I mean, via hassle going into the States. I wonder is there going to be the same thing going to Canada?
Oh God, no! You're a crew on this boat.
Because I mean, if they got all the hassle in the States, and I say, oh listen, I ran through it, everything with customs in Melbourne Airport, and they said it's fine.
I think entering the country as a crew on a boat that's from a foreign country
Is okay.
kind of like should make it all okay. If they think that you're trying to get into Canada so you can illegally emigrate and work illegally, then they would suspect me of being a smuggler. No, I don't think any of that adds up.
I'm gonna have a little sleep.
I sleep well.
And I always feel weird, like going to sleep in the middle of the day. Just, I mean,
Yeah, if we weren't doing all the watches, and but since we are, we gotta try even harder to get to sleep when we can.
you know, just like it's just a novelty. I don't have trouble sleeping in the day, but I just think it's funny going like, all right, it's 2 o'clock nap time.
I'll wake you up at 3:15. I sleep well, you know. All right, my watch. Paula's doing okay on Paragon. Mo is really kind of down for the count, unfortunately. She got very seasick and violently ill and threw up about like a quarter of a gallon into a Ziploc bag. She came up and tried to do her first watch in the middle of the night, came up, sat down, threw up, and I sent her back down because she didn't have the energy to sit up, so she couldn't really maintain an effective watch. So I sent her back to bed, and that was yesterday evening. We left Gloucester yesterday morning, and it's now 2 in the afternoon the next day. So we've been underway for 28 hours. At the moment we're going downwind, we're wing and wing. We've been doing that for about the last 8 hours. We are in 662 feet of water. Speed through the water is 5 knots. And this is wind speed. The apparent wind speed is 11 to 12. And I hit this button. The true wind speed is 16, 17 knots from directly astern. We've got the autopilot steering here, made by CPT, and she's been doing great. We started out by using the hydraulic ram autopilot, and it worked for the most part, but then every once in a while it would give us this hydraulic ram failure, and we'd need to reset it, and now we're using the wheel pilot. Sometimes the jib luffs like that, but for the most part she's staying full. There isn't a ship or anything else to be seen, just water, cloudy skies, and as you can see here we are rocking to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left a bit. We're about halfway there. Here, I can show you here. Here's Boston, where we left from. Here's Nova Scotia, and we're going to Lunenburg, which is way up here. We are right there, so we're kind of about halfway after a day and a half. And we're going right on that rum line. There's a lot of current that whips around the southern tip of Nova Scotia that we'll have to be aware of. We may have to really fight it to get around. Yep. So that is a report from Paragon halfway to Nova Scotia. Let's see what happens next.